Good morning, day 9. It's a little bit late in the morning. I had a snafu with my charging last night, so it took me a little bit longer this morning. I had to recover some things. I have a Trail Angel ride heading back to the trail. This is the Bivy Hostel behind me. Great place to stay last night, but I'm ready to get back on trail. Trail Angels here that I met some other hikers, climbers, not like mountain climbers, but going up the peak. They offered to take me back to trail, so off I go. We'll talk again shortly. All right, I'll do a little more morning introduction. I've only been on trail about 30 minutes, and I'm already up here from that road down there, the highway down there, Highway 9, out of Breckenridge. It's been a not terrible, but a decent little climb. Thankfully, I have some energy from breakfast at the hostel and a good night's restful sleep. So anyhow, I was interrupted at the taking video at the hostel because I try not to film other people that are just walking past. I think that's mildly rude. Not everyone wants to have their video taken and posted online. So anyhow, while I was at the hostel, well, let me back up. I think I probably said something about a charging snafu. So last night I got all of my equipment charged up, ready for the next segment of trail. This morning, after a breakfast and plenty of coffee, I walked out the front door, went to turn my Garmin on, and it said, "I'm already on. And by the way, you're almost out of power." Ugh, that's not okay. So last night, after getting it charged up to 100%, I thought I had turned it off. I had not. So it spent all night uselessly burning through my battery. So I had, well, I wouldn't say I had no choice, but the prudent choice was to spend an extra hour and a half at the hostel this morning getting some charge back into that device. It's a slow charge and a fast discharge most of the time. So anyhow, while I'm there complaining to everyone I knew that was passing through about what I had done, there was a couple guys, Tim and John, in their 60s, maybe early 70s. If I overheard some of their discussion in the morning, they had just recently hiked up Long's Peak, one of the 14,000 foot elevation mountains here in this area. So they're outdoorsmen, adventurers. There was a lady with them on this trip. I didn't catch her name, I didn't meet her, but anyhow, so while I was sitting there impatiently waiting for my Garmin to charge up a little bit, Tim comes over and strikes up a conversation, and I'm still going up. That's why I'm out of breath here. Tim comes up and eventually, shortly, offers me a ride. So the hostel where I stayed was on one end of Breckenridge, and the PCT was just out of town on the other end. So my plan had been to walk from the hostel down into town. I decided I should be taking some fish oil omega-3s to help manage inflammation. So I was going to stop at a market, walk down to the market, and then walk down to further down to the bus station, approximately in the middle of town, and then take the free bus up to Trail. Well, Tim says, we'll take you to the market. Oh, I hear people, hang on. So Tim says to me, if you'd like, we'll take you in our car, we'll drive you to the market and then up to the trailhead. So basically offering trail magic. That was fantastic. It didn't take me more than a couple of seconds to say, yes, please. So it saved me some walking. It would have been downhill, but it's walking with a backpack nonetheless. And time, the logistics of getting to the bus stop and waiting for the next bus to come along. So just a quick estimate, I would say they probably saved me an hour, which was very much appreciated. So I doubt if they'll ever see this. I'll even say I'm sure they'll never see this, but thank you, Tim and John, for the ride. Trail magic. I'll say again, over and over and over, the hiking community is fantastic. But I need to catch my breath, pick up my pace. We'll talk again down trail. So somewhere over this way is where I came from. Especially in the middle of a long climb, it's good for me to look back and appreciate what I've accomplished. Wow, look at this. I've been climbing for the vast majority of 4 hours. Probably can hear it in my voice. I have another hour and a half to go to get to the high point of today, but I had to stop and maybe protect my mic. It's hard for me to know when the wind is blowing at which direction. It makes it hard to hear, but anyhow, what an amazing location. Coming out of the woods, and this is my view. I'm on the edge of what appears to be tree line. I still have more climbing, probably another hour of climbing. Oh, and don't forget to look downhill. This is where I find out if I have any undiagnosed heart issues. Well, there's the marker, meant to indicate the high point, 12,500 feet. That's the high point for today and the high point for my trip so far. Ski resort off to the right here. I believe that's Copper Mountain. We're supposed to be going through the resort, Copper Mountain Resort. Thank goodness for some clouds to cool things down. We'll follow this ridge for a while. There's people I've been hiking with ahead of me, so I'll be up there in a little bit. I'm thankful that there's no thunder indicating lightning. That would not be a good thing up here. Finally getting back down to the beginning of tree line. This is the other side of the mountain. I probably misspoke earlier when I was talking about the ski resort I saw. Don't take anything that I name seriously. That was probably Breckenridge, because I think over here on the right, given the direction of the trail, that's probably Copper Mountain over here. But who knows, that's probably wrong too.